Welcome to News Laundry Chota Hafta. For the full episode, subscribe because it is behind the paywall and only subscribers get access to uncut, complete content. News Laundry Hafta is our weekly wrap of all that made the news, all that didn't, and all that should have and all that shouldn't have. We agree, we disagree, we critique, and occasionally we beat each other up. But it's all good fun. Subscribe.
This is a News Laundry podcast and you're listening to NL Hafta.
Hello and welcome to NL Hafta episode 125 and I'm Madhu Trehan. As Abhinandan would say, अंग्रेज अपना लगान और न्यूज़ लॉन्ड्री अपना हफ्ता कभी नहीं छोड़ते. आंधी आए, तूफान आए या अभिनंदन छुट्टी पे जाए, हम तो हफ्ता करेंगे. Now, a lot has happened over the last week and we have got a huge list of topics to discuss and we have a guest too. But before I introduce him, remember when the advertisers pay, advertisers are served. And when the public pays, the public is served. Support independent media, support News Laundry please. Pay to keep news free. Also, subscribers will be able to listen to the full hafta, while non-subscribers, जिनको हम प्यार से मुफ्तखोर बुलाते हैं, will only be able to listen to the Chota Hafta. You will have to subscribe to News Laundry to get access to our content behind the paywall. So today on the panel we have Atul Chaurasia.
Hello.
Manisha Pandey.
Hello.
Anand Vardhan.
Hello.
And our guest today is Urmilesh. Let me introduce Urmilesh. By the way, this is not the first time Urmilesh is joining us on Hafta. He earlier joined us on episode 75 of Hafta, exactly 50 episodes before this one. Urmilesh is a former executive editor of Rajya Sabha TV and was working with the channel since its inception in 2010 until he quit in 2012. Urmilesh has been in journalism for over 25 years and has worked with Navbharat Times, Hindustan and Business Bhaskar. He used to host a show on Rajya Sabha TV called Media Manthan. Urmilesh has stepped down as the host last month while the program continues. Now Urmilesh hosts a weekly show on The Wire Hindi called Media Bowl. Welcome, Urmilesh.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now let me tell you what all happened last week in the news, and then our panel can decide what they want to go with first. As we all know, NDA announced Bihar Governor Ramnath Kovind as their presidential candidate. Retired Justice C.S. Karnan lodged in presidency jail after the Supreme Court rejected his bail. Arun Jaitley said centre will not waive any farm loans, must meet fiscal targets. The BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma filed a complaint against journalist Rana Ayub for criticizing their presidential pick. After UP and Maharashtra, Punjab government announced the farm loan waiver. The CBI team in Delhi went to Minister Satyendra Jain's house. And the protests continue in Darjeeling, and we'll go into that on how it started and why it's continuing. Amit Shah had said that no India-Pakistan bilateral series, that is in cricket, and will only play at international events. 15 were arrested for sedition in Madhya Pradesh for celebrating Pakistan's Champions Trophy victory. They were arrested, but since then the charge has been reduced from sedition to a lower charge of creating disharmony. Anti-nuclear activist SP Uday Kumar accused Arnab Goswami and Republic TV of harassing him and his family. Aadhaar was made mandatory for TB patients availing cash benefits. Anil Kumble, as you all know, resigned due to untenable partnership with Virat Kohli. I don't know how many of you follow cricket, so we'll see if we can discuss that. And the weirdest thing, a reporter asked a child actor from Arunachal Pradesh if he had come to India for the first time.
Yeah.
So, okay, so which one do we want to go with first?
I think we could go with Ramnath Kovind's presidential candidature. The BJP deciding, which was quite a googly. I don't think anyone at all knew this name. And the moment it was announced, all journalists sort of digging up who this guy was. And then everyone was, of course, telling you why he's a great choice.
Also, there was a surprise element which now become mark of this Modi Shah Jodi to surprise with each and every decision.
That's true. I think they sit and decide ki ab kuch, how can we surprise them most? Because even the Yogi Adityanath candidature was quite, I mean, that was also quite a surprise. This is also...
But it's interesting how caste is brought up every time somebody from either a Dalit or otherwise achieves anything, and suddenly the caste issue becomes big. After all, Narendra Modi is not a Brahmin. But that did not come up in his इलेक्शन। उर्मिलेश आप क्या सोचते हैं?
देखिए जो रामनाथ कोविंद का सिलेक्शन या डिक्लेरेशन जो इन्होंने किया, ये मोदी जी की स्टाइल है। अभी हम जब से देख रहे हैं बहुत सारे ऐसे नाम होते हैं जब मीडिया में चल रहा होता है कि वहाँ का चीफ मिनिस्टर किसको बना देगी बीजेपी, वहाँ गवर्नर किसको बना देगी, कौन बड़ा अफसर रख देगी, तो स्पेकुलेशन मीडिया में चलता रहता है। लेकिन आई थिंक मोदी जी बहुत इंजॉय करते हैं कि वो सबको गलत साबित करते हुए कुछ नया नाम, कुछ चौंकाने वाला नाम सामने पेश कर दें। तो इसी क्रम में आई थिंक बिहार के गवर्नर का नाम सामने आया, क्योंकि सब लोग द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी का नाम ले रहे थे, सुमित्रा महाजन जी का नाम ले रहे थे, सुषमा स्वराज का भी नाम ले रहे थे, कई नाम चल रहे थे। लेकिन रामनाथ कोविंद का नाम,
बेचारा अडवाणी
जी तो कह शाश्वत, आई मीन वो तो लगातार तब से
चिरंतन वेटिंग,
चिरंतन ऐसा लग रहा था कि वो लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि रामनाथ कोविंद का जो चयन हुआ है काफ़ी सोच समझ कर किया, बहुत दिलचस्प है, क्योंकि उन्होंने विपक्ष को बुरी तरह बांट दिया है और विपक्ष में ऐसे लोगों को बांटा है जिनसे उम्मीद नहीं की जा सकती थी कि वो बीजेपी को अचानक यूनिलेटरल एक तरह का सपोर्ट दे देंगे विदाउट कंसल्टिंग देयर कलीग्स इन अपोजिशन लाइक नवीन पटनायक। आई मीन नवीन पटनायक को बीजेपी से मुकाबला करना है उड़ीसा में अभी असेंबली इलेक्शन में, और वो बीजेपी के कैंडिडेट को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं बगैर इंतज़ार किए कि अपोजिशन किसको कैंडिडेट बनाता है या बनाती है।
तो आगे बढ़ते हैं। Related to this issue is BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma filed a complaint against journalist Rana Ayub under the SC/ST Act 1989 for her derogatory tweet about Honorable Ramnath Kovind, she says. The complaint reads, to classify a sitting and incumbent Honorable Governor of Bihar and now NDA nominee for post of President of India, namely Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, as worst best for the post of Honorable President of India is not only directly undermining the abilities and position in society of a member of the scheduled caste, but is also blatantly and scurrilously slanderous and casteist. Now, उसने जो ट्वीट की थी राना अयूब ने, उसमें कोई कास्ट का implication नहीं दिया. It was just basically her judgment that this was comparing to Pratibha Patil, that is this the best or is this the worst, even worse. So what do you think, Manisha? आप बोलिए.
It's ridiculous, and you won't expect a BJP person. Like, typically, you'd want the BJP, someone from the BJP, to counter such politics where just mere criticism is taken as casteist. Because, I mean, if you go by her logic, then even Prime Minister Modi can be booked under the same act when he said BSP is Behenji Sampatti Party. That's also criticism. So, I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's also, I mean, I think both just feed off the... It's become very routine in Twitter. Both parties just get their little limelight out of these little things. You know, both benefit. Rana Ayub gets her sympathy. Nupur gets her own sympathy from her own constituency. It's just a non-issue, just takes over.
It's a brownie point for her, that's all. And it's just ridiculous. Anand, do you have anything to say on this?
No, it's social media nonsense and nothing more than that.
But I think there's one thing that I want to
see. It's a knee-jerk reaction for which social media is tailor-made.
I don't think it's a knee-jerk. It's like a tube light bulb ho gaya. Something flashed and said, "Chalo, main iska fayda uthati hu."
But to take to the legal extent of filing an FIR is ridiculous. That is.
इस केस में मतलब दोनों ही पार्टियां बेसिकली जो ब्राउनी पॉइंट्स बनाना उसी बीमारी से पीड़ित हैं. राना अयूब का भी लगातार ये देखा जाएगा तो इस तरह के ट्रेंड देखने को मिलेगा कि सी ट्राइंग टू केटर अ पर्टिकुलर कंस्टिट्यूएंसी एंड सेम इज विथ नुपुर शर्मा आल्सो.
लेकिन मैं समझता हूँ कि दोनों को एक में नहीं रखना चाहिए. ये इसलिए बहुत शॉकिंग है कि अगर बीजेपी का कोई प्रवक्ता या नेता किसी जर्नलिस्ट, किसी ऑथर, किसी स्कॉलर, किसी एकेडमिशियन को किसी उसके थॉट्स के कारण, उसके विचारों के कारण अगर FIR करता रहे तो आई मीन लोग तो वैसे ही बोलने में इन दिनों संकोच कर रहे हैं. आई मीन आप लोगों की बोलती बंद करना चाहते हैं क्या, कि आप हर समय पुलिस, थाना, कोर्ट, कचहरी में आप लोगों को खींचना चाहते हैं? तो मुझे लगता है कि ये प्रेस फ्रीडम को और बोलने की आज़ादी को भारत में जो उसका लेवल है, अगर आप इंटरनेशनल इंडेक्स देखें, हम 136th कंट्री हैं आउट ऑफ 180 कंट्री. मोरक्को से लेकर और बहुत सारे इस तरह के कंट्रीज जो हैं हमसे ऊपर हैं. नेपाल भी हमसे ऊपर है.
15 people were arrested for cheering for Pakistan's victory.
It's not funny.
It's funny because
15 people were arrested.
Because in England, you know, they used to do the cricket test. It was called the cricket test. And they used to check.
Test.
Sorry?
Norman Tedbit test. Was
so
named
Indians
after a conservative politician, Norman Tebbit, who in 1990 said that the immigrants should take a test whether they support the English cricket team in a match between England and, say, India, Pakistan.
And the truth is they never would. My guess is that an Indian would not be cheering for England ever. And so this, although there were some fake videos that were posted all over the place of actually Pakistanis celebrating, and then they were posted as Indians celebrating Pakistan. So that was not a good thing. That was, I think, pretty damaging. But since this is since they were arrested, we've also had news that they have been brought down to a lesser thing, that it's not sedition anymore. It's just communal harmony. What do you think of Muslims celebrating or being happy about Pakistan winning?
एक तो मुझे लगता है कि ये जो मिसरिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ फैक्ट है वो तो एक सच्चाई है कि कुछ दूसरे वीडियो निकाल लाए गए और कुछ पाकिस्तान के, कुछ पुराने, कुछ नए। दूसरी कहानी ये है कि थोड़े बहुत इस तरह के लोग हमने भी अपने बचपन में देखे। मैं जिस जगह से आता हूँ, आजमगढ़, वो मुस्लिम डोमिनेटेड इलाका है, तो वहाँ पे इस तरह की चीज़ें हमने देखी हैं बचपन में कि कुछ लोग खुश होते हैं, कुछ लोग नहीं। पर स्टेट के लेवल पे मुझे नहीं लगता कि जो सेडिशन का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, हिंदुस्तान एज अ स्टेट इतना कमज़ोर या इतना वो नहीं है कि 2-4 लोगों के नारे लगा लेने से या कुछ वो झंडा फहरा देने से हिंदुस्तान ख़त्म हो जाएगा, या उससे ज़्यादा लोग हिंदुस्तान के सपोर्ट में वहीं पे खड़े हो जाएंगे। अगर ये मुझे लगता है कि उनकी उसको जहालत को या वहाँ पे निगलेक्ट करने की ज़रूरत है। और आईपीसी में इससे निपटने के तमाम उपाय हैं जिससे निपटा जा सकता है, बजाय कि सेडिशन चाहे। दूसरा ये कि जो चिंता का वाला जो इसका पहलू ये है कि पाकिस्तान का जो पूरा नैरेटिव था 47 के बाद, वो फेल्ड नैरेटिव है आज की तारीख में। पाकिस्तान किसी के लिए प्राइड का वो सोर्स अब नहीं रहा। पाकिस्तान कोई चमकता सितारा इस्लाम के क्राउन में नहीं है। पाकिस्तान रोक स्टेट के तौर पे भी आगे बढ़ा है, या एक हद दर्जे का कट्टर और बैगॉटेड स्टेट के तौर पे डेवलप हुआ है। तो वो स्टेट किसी के लिए कैसे मतलब इंस्पिरेशन का वो बन जाता है नारा लगाने का, ये चिंता की बात है जो कि लोगों को समझना चाहिए कि आज की तारीख में पाकिस्तान उनका वो नहीं हो, इंस्पिरेशन नहीं हो सकता।
Anand, what do you think?
Yes, means in a cliched statement, George Orwell in 1940 says that modern sports is war minus shooting. Now a collection of facts say that alt news is saying that these are fake videos. They may be fake, but as Atul said, that does not sum up as truth, because I have, as he has, I have also experienced many Muslims celebrating Pakistan's victory. So,
and how did you feel?
I am not a hardcore nationalist, I see sports for the fun of it, so I didn't associate. But yes, means on what basis they were celebrating? They were celebrating.
Oh, you were sitting there psychologically analyzing them.
No, what basis?
On what basis are you?
They were celebrating.
What basis are you?
Or they're celebrating with a country full of people who say their religion has won. So their basis of celebration was religion, not their love for Pakistan. So, but their love for their religion. So that itself, so that would be a hard thing to digest with fashionable secularists here, but that is a fact. So that they celebrate. But as Atul said, yes, it's not a case for sedition. Means it's a
I do remember a time when sitting in a cricket match, and this is before the Hindutva movement started, and if you were sitting in a cricket match and there'd be a very often there'd be a group of Muslims who would be cheering for Pakistan, और कोई चू नहीं करता था. And they were very aggressively cheering for Pakistan, और बाकी हम सब चुप के देखते रहते, गुस्सा आता था पर कोई कुछ करता नहीं है. अब आज कोई क्रिकेट मैच में ऐसे करे तो उसकी तो कीमा बना दे.
सुन लिया अफ्रीका, मुफत खोरों. Not to brag or anything, but News Laundry Hafta features in the top 50 in the world on SoundCloud in the news and politics category for podcasts. So do subscribe and see what you're missing, because when the public pays, the public is served. When advertisers pay, advertisers are served. Subscribe, help keep news independent and free. All News Laundry podcasts are available on iTunes and Stitcher and any other podcast platform.